In the Factor follow-up segment tonight, President-elect Donald Trump and Democrats' refusal to accept his election victory. Listen to Hillary Clinton's former press secretary.
Every day there are new developments, new shoes dropping, so to speak, that call into question the legitimacy of his win.
Are comments like that just a strategy to undermine the president-elect?
I don't want to impute a general conspiracy here, but it looks as if the Democrats, on their way out the door, are trying to leave behind as many landmines as they can to at least cast doubts on the legitimacy of the Trump victory. All of a sudden, as we have seen, they've gotten interested in Russian cyber warfare, which the administration appeared to be extremely nonchalant about until they lost the November election.
Joining us now from Washington with reaction, Democratic strategist Richard Goodstein, and with us in studio, Boston Herald columnist Adriana Cohen. Richard, I'll start with you. So first it was the Russians, then it was Breitbart, then it was James Comey, then it was the voting booths. Oh, then it's the Russians again. I mean, honestly, can't you just get over it? She lost.
You know, it's a funny thing, Eric, that we have Donald Trump complaining about questioning his legitimacy, who got his political standing as a birther, the lead birther questioning Obama's legitimacy. So it's a bit rich.
Wait,
okay?
that's where you find that he got his political standing from that moment, moment in history?
I'm saying he got his traction early on. I'm not talking about in the campaign. I'm talking about 5-6 years ago as the lead birther.
There were people, talking in the 80s that he was going to run for president. Hold on, let me bring Adriana in. Adriana, the numbers are out now. I think she spent $1.2 billion on this campaign, and all she had to do was win either Florida, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Michigan, and throw in Wisconsin as well. She lost all of those.
Exactly. And, you know, the reason why she lost is because she was a flawed candidate who ran a bad campaign. This isn't about Russian hacking. This is about the cloud that hung over her head with the FBI investigation. She mishandled classified information. She let 4 men die in Benghazi that should never have died. I mean, the list goes on and on. The shady Clinton Foundation, the pay-to-play that was going on. She didn't, run a good campaign in these battleground states where she needed to be. And so she should only be blaming herself. And, you know, I think the Democrats are an embarrassment right now that they won't accept the Donald Trump administration and victory. They should be building bridges, not trying to delegitimize this election.
Richard, is Donald Trump a legitimate president now, or in a week?
There are 2 things he could do to prove his legitimacy. One is have an independent fact finder that puts under. Hold on a second.
Didn't he get 306 electoral votes? That doesn't legitimize Donald Trump's presidency.
And incidentally, next time, Eric, he says he had this great victory. When you lose by 3 million and you're 46th out of 58 in the electoral vote, that's not so great.
Take out California, he beats, so she can have California.
Look, the fact he needs to have somebody put under oath, Paul Manafort and Roger Stone and Carter Page, and say, did you deal with the Russians during the campaign or not? Because when Donald Trump called on Putin to steal data from the DNC and from Hillary Clinton, and then 100 times on the stump referenced the very data.
Richard,
and there was a
you are spinning in the no spin zone. Okay, that was a joke. He was saying, ha, ha, ha. Hey, maybe you can find those 55,000 emails that Hillary Clinton deleted. Remember that? That was a joke.
You think it was a coincidence that WikiLeaks dropped all those emails an hour after the Access Hollywood tape came out? Is that a coincidence?
You're good at spinning. You're good at. Is that a swivel chair you're on right now, Adriana? So, tell us, bring us up to speed now. Look, I get it. Robbie Mook, he was part of the campaign. I get it. Brian Fallon, part of the campaign. I get it. Blame anything because it's on them. Otherwise, but the other Democrats blaming all these other fake news stories.
Exactly. It's so much hypocrisy. Because can you imagine if Hillary Clinton won and then Republicans were trying to delegitimize her win? They would be attacked like there's no tomorrow. They'd be calling men who try to delegitimize her a misogynist, a sexist. It's just incredible double standards. Hillary Clinton had a failing message. Her only message on the campaign trail was basically to attack Trump, but she didn't have her own inspiring message. And so many Democrats, jumped over to Trump camp and voted for him. She wasn't able to capture even the female vote. A lot of women voted for Donald Trump. So she really has to stop, blaming others and take responsibility for her loss.
I don't hear her doing it. I hear all her staffers doing it. I've got to leave her right there. Richard and Adriana, thank you very much. Directly ahead, President Obama